Welcome to Grant Writing Made Clear. The truth is, the grant writing process isn't always clear, but with the right guidance, proven actionable strategies, and expert insights, the process becomes easier, simpler, and yes, clearer. I am Dr. Trenette, your host of Grant Writing Made Clear, and a former nonprofit president turned distinguished professor and behavioral scientist with 2 decades of grant writing experience. I remember what it was like to be a busy nonprofit leader with little time, but big financial sustainability concerns. Over the years, I have transformed my skills from securing $1,000 foundation grants to winning multi-million-dollar federal grants. I created this podcast in response to the grant writing coaching requests I've received from nonprofit leaders, entrepreneurs, and professors over the years. Join me each week as I reveal insider strategies and share key lessons that turn wishful thinking into winning applications. Pull up a seat and get ready to be inspired, empowered, and transformed. Whether you're a beginner or a pro looking to sharpen your skills and create a life you love, you're in the right place, my friend. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to Grant Writing Made Clear, where we navigate the complex world of funding together and where your growth and impact are my purpose. I am your host, Dr. Trenette, and today we are talking about something that could truly transform your writing process, and that is the power of a writing retreat. Listen, if you have ever stared at a blank screen, watched the cursor blink at you like it's judging your entire life's choices, or if you've ever found yourself folding laundry just to avoid writing, this is the episode for you. So what exactly is a writing retreat? At its core, it is a structured, intentional time dedicated to writing without the usual distractions of daily life. It can be solo, just you, or with a group of people, colleagues, friends, whoever. It can be in person, it can be virtual. I've done them at beaches, I've done them at cabins. You could also just lock yourself in your home office with strict orders for no interruptions. Then listen, good luck with that if you have people who live with you. But you could do it that way. Believe it or not, I hosted my first group writing retreat when I was a doc student. So my first writing retreat was one that I hosted, and it was when I was a doc student in Richmond. A few of my friends from the CSWE Minority Fellowship Program that you've heard me talk about a couple times came together. They came to Richmond. I planned a multi-day writing retreat, and we spent that time together writing. And let me just be clear. I know this doesn't sound fun. This doesn't sound fun to everyone who's listening today, but I can tell you it can be a lot of fun. So I'm a doc student. I invite my friends from the Minority Fellowship Program. We get together and we write. I even invited a couple of professors, I remember them well, who came over and they provided brief professional development workshops. They provided mentoring. You know, this was about 18 years ago, and I can still vouch for the power of a good writing retreat. Most recently, and if you follow me on Instagram, you saw this. Most recently, I planned a 2-person writing retreat with a longtime friend, fellow CSWE FP alum. You all know I love that program. We got together. She's one of my very, very best friends. We got together and we dedicated 3 days to writing. And let me tell you, it was exactly what both of us needed. Okay. So let me tell you what we did during our writing retreat. And again, this was very recent. During our writing retreat, we sat down in a hotel lobby, in a hotel lobby, found a quiet space, and we just sat and worked. And so I was able to tackle two large grant proposals while my colleague was able to focus on manuscripts. And to some extent, she also did a little bit of grant writing as well. So we structured our time with dedicated work periods because, friends can be chatty. And I didn't, when I work, I work. I don't play. I don't want to chit chat about anything. I want to work. And so we had dedicated work periods, but we also built in breaks so that we could take a moment to talk, catch up. And let's be honest, staring at a screen too long can make you question your entire career. So we definitely built in breaks to chit chat, but we were really focused, really focused. We even included some exercise to stay sharp. And at the end of each evening, we went to dinner together and we sat down. We took a few minutes to debrief and swap ideas. But the rest of the conversation was really just two friends catching up and having a good time supporting each other. So it was really nice. Again, we sat, we worked, we stayed focused, we exercised, and then we went to dinner, debriefed, and spent the rest of the time talking and catching up. So really, it was a mix of focused work and connection, which is really powerful. It really made the writing feel less isolating and way more productive. So if you know me, you know, again, that I've been doing writing retreats for almost 20 years. In a couple of years, it'll be 20 years. And I am a big fan of writing retreats. I'm a big fan of writing retreats. So now you might be thinking, okay, but is a writing retreat really worth it? Let me break it down. I hope you have your pen, your notebook, an app if that's what you use to take notes. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about the benefits of a writing retreat. And before we get into that, I do want to really quickly say I have a freebie for you. I've mentioned it before, but I haven't mentioned it in a while. I have a freebie where we talk about how to conceptualize grant ideas, fundable ideas. There is a difference, I believe, between a good idea and a fundable idea. And so I've created a freebie for you. The link is down in the show notes. Please go to the show notes. You may be driving, you may be multitasking, which is typically how I watch podcasts, I have to be honest. But I want to encourage you at the end of this, come back to the show notes, click the link, and get the freebie so that you are in the loop about how to conceptualize a fundable idea. Again, I think a lot of people think, oh, I have good ideas. And you do, but we want to enhance those ideas to make them fundable. Okay. So let's get back to it. I want to talk about the benefits of writing retreats. So one is dedicated time and space. If your writing keeps getting pushed back, sometimes we put our writing on the back burner because of emails, meetings, unexpected quick calls, those quick calls that are supposed to be 2 minutes, but turn out to be 45 minutes or an hour. And oh yeah, did I mention meetings? And so if that's the case where your writing is not getting the time it needs in order to meet your goals, then a writing retreat is your best friend. It is your best friend. Having uninterrupted time allows you to maintain momentum. No more wasting an hour trying to remember where you left off. Because if you write, in my opinion, if you write here and there, when you come back to your writing, it takes a minute. Could take a few minutes, right? At least for you to remember where you left off. But in a writing retreat, once you get into the flow, you stay there. So you really get to maintain your momentum. So one of the things I like about a writing retreat is that you have dedicated time and space. And because it is focused time, again, not a whole lot of chit-chatting while you're working, because it is focused time, you get to maintain your momentum. And so you don't lose time. You're really efficient. So dedicated time and space is one benefit. Another is increased productivity. I got so much done in just 3 days. The structured time, the accountability with the debriefing every evening, and the lack of distractions made me far more productive than I would have been at home when I would have been tempted to check email. I would have been tempted to maybe jump on a quick call and talk about something that is not related to my writing. Many people find they accomplish in a few days what would normally take weeks, and for some, even months. So when you can minimize your typical daily life interruptions, you can really focus, which increases your productivity. This is why I highly recommend writing retreats. If done well, you will be surprised at how much you get done. The third benefit of writing retreats is the community and support. Writing is often a solitary activity, but a retreat creates a sense of community. Having someone to talk through ideas, troubleshoot issues, or simply commiserate with why is writing so hard makes the process less daunting. Sharing meals and celebrating small wins with the writing partner can keep you motivated and energized. So the community and support for me is a big part of the reason why I love the writing. Again, it makes writing not feel like work. It makes it feel like fun. And when you're having fun, we always say, when you're having fun, is it really work? So I enjoy the community and support. And the fourth thing is self care. So a writing retreat is not just about writing, it's also about taking care of yourself, stepping away from your usual routine gives you space to reflect on your goals, reflect on your process, and taking the breaks. Again, we build in time for exercise. So, taking in breaks for exercise and fresh air, or even just taking a moment of silence, can really recharge your mind so that when you return to your work, you return more focused and effective. So, for us, I really like, again, that we take the time to take care of ourselves. It's not uncommon for a group of us who do writing retreats together sometimes. It's not uncommon for us to go to the spa as a part of our writing retreat. We usually build it into the middle of our writing retreat, midway. So we try to take care of ourselves. And the final benefit that I'm going to share today is fresh inspiration. Sometimes all you need is a change of scenery to spark new ideas. Whether you're writing in a cabin, a cozy cafe or Starbucks, or just a quiet hotel room, a different setting can refresh your perspective. Even virtual retreats can be helpful, though I'll admit an ocean view is a little more inspiring than a Zoom grid for me. For me. So I've done Zooms, they're fine, but there is something about being in a space where the entire intention is to write and be productive. Now that you've hopefully been convinced that a writing retreat is worth it, here's how to make yours successful. First, I want you to choose the right location, whether it is a rental home that you choose to rent for a few days to write. Do you all know, really, this is a true story. My first writing retreat was really with myself. When I was applying to PhD programs in 2005, I went to a timeshare in Williamsburg, Virginia, that my sorority sister was able to connect me with, and I was able to go there and stay for a week. And I went there and I used that time to apply to PhD programs. So my first writing retreat, before I knew a thing about writing retreats, I didn't have mentors. My first writing retreat was me going solo, staying at a timeshare for a week, and applying to PhD programs. I knew then that if I could change my space, if I could change the scenery, if I could minimize interruptions, that I would be productive. So I started literally 20 years ago was my very, very first writing retreat. So clearly, y'all, I'm a big fan. Okay. So wherever you choose, make sure it is comfortable and distraction free. That's the big thing. Regardless of where you are, make sure it's a comfortable space and distraction free. Second, as you prepare to do your own writing retreat, I want you to set clear goals. Decide before the retreat what you want to accomplish, whether it is writing a grant proposal, writing a manuscript. Maybe it is thinking about an intervention that you want to develop. Whatever it is, I want you to have a plan and outline how you plan to spend your time at the writing retreat. If you go into the writing retreat with clear goals, you'll be more productive. Third, structure your time. Balance writing with breaks. Build in time for meals, movement, and reflection. You are not a machine, my friends. You are not a machine. You are a human being. Taking care of yourself is important. And it will also help you maximize your productivity. So I want you to build in time to take care of yourself. I do not want you to host a writing retreat, even if it's for an N of one, where you sit and work for 16 hours. It is unhealthy. I do not encourage that. I encourage balance. I encourage a balanced writing retreat. Fourth, bring a writing partner. If possible, invite a friend or colleague who shares similar writing goals. Maybe they're not writing what you're writing. Again, when I had the writing retreat recently with my friend, I only worked on grant proposals. She primarily worked on manuscripts. So you don't have to be writing the same kinds of things, but at least have writing goals, right? We both want to write. We both want to get as much done as we can in these next few days. So bring a friend or a colleague or a family member who shares writing goals, and hopefully the two or more of you can provide motivation, accountability, and valuable feedback. And my final tip for you as you plan your own writing retreats is embrace flexibility. Yes, structure is important, but give yourself some grace. If you need an extra break, take the break. If you need to sleep a little bit later than you had planned, sleep later. Give yourself grace, be flexible, and go with it. So as we wrap up today's episode, I want to encourage you to think about whether a writing retreat could benefit you. Whether you go solo, as I did 20 years ago, right, in Williamsburg, Virginia, or with a colleague, which I personally prefer, and that's what I've mostly done. I want you to set aside some focused time for writing, because I do believe writing retreats are a game changer. Remember this, your work matters no matter what the world around you is telling you. Your work matters. The people you serve, they still need you. They're still there. They haven't gone a place. They still need you. The world needs your voice. And the best way for you to share it is through your writing. And if you can get funded, that's even better, right? So whether it's a manuscript, a research article, or a grant proposal that gets funded, because that's our real goal, right? A writing retreat can help you get there faster. Thank you so much for joining me on Grant Writing Made Clear. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with a colleague or friend. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. I'd love to hear your thoughts on writing retreats. Have you ever done one? Should I plan to host a writing retreat this summer? Now, that one I really want you to reach out to me about. Should we host a writing retreat this summer? If so, let me know and I can see what I can do. Reach out to me on social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Threads. I recently joined Threads. So reach out to me on any of those and share your experience. And again, let me know if you want to do a summer writing retreat. Until next time, happy writing. I do hope you give writing retreats a chance. Take good care. Thank you for listening to Grant Writing Made Clear. I hope today's episode gave you inspiration, confidence, and clear information that you can turn into action. Remember, you are not alone. There's a whole community here striving for the same impact. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, leave a quick review to help more people find the show, and share this episode with others in your network. It really does make a difference. For more grant writing tips and resources, follow me on social media. Until next time. keep showing up, keep learning, and remain determined. I'll talk to you next time. Goodbye for now.